What is up, Z Fighters? It's Manga Adventures, and today we will be doing What If Gohan Turned Super Saiyan God Part 7, the Broly movie. This is somewhat of a finale until the Moro arc wraps up. I may dive into GT, but I'm still decided if I want Super to be canon, if I want this What If to be canon or not. So while I make this decision, I already have another project in mind, so that should be out by next week or so. Anyway, that's it for my intro. Hopefully I don't mess up Broly's character and be burned at the stakes. Wish me luck and tell me what you think when it's over. Disclaimer, I'm changing Broly's backstory a bit. I had no problem with the movie, but I just wanted to change things up because I have a vision of the character that fits my what if, and to change the lore of Broly, I first have to change the lore of Paragus. So let's go back to the call to come back to his home planet Vegeta at age 737. In this what if, Paragus is King Vegeta's most loyal soldier. So King Vegeta told him to stand by to wait and see what happens, because he doesn't exactly trust Frieza. Of course, the planet is destroyed, and when that happens, Paragus swears revenge against the tyrant. He doesn't work under him like Prince Vegeta does. He goes from planet to planet trying to build up their forces to counter Frieza's rules / evasions, but he fails every time. Luckily, each time he fails, he gains a new member of his rebellion and a Zenkai boost. This happens all the way to age 764 when Frieza and King Ko are officially declared dead, both being killed by future Trunks on Earth. So to celebrate this news, Paragus has a child named Broly by one of his rebel companions. Doesn't really matter on who, because Dragon Ball isn't really romance focused. So after Broly is born, they waste no time in taking over the planets controlled by Frieza. We're talking about an empire that can possibly expand throughout the entire universe, so this is going to take some time. Broly spent the majority of his life in constant battle, soon outgrowing his father in power level because you know those hybrids, they're crazy OP at a young age. He grew up learning battle styles and techniques from multiple planets he saved. His battle power grew so high that by the age of 15, he was the reason the Frieza Force had to revive Frieza in the Resurrection F movie because no one could match him. Though when Frieza was actually revived, he wanted to focus on becoming stronger and taking over the Earth. So he paid Broly no mind, only to be killed because Frieza sent most of his forces to attack Earth. The Frieza Force was even more crippled than it was before, making it easier to liberate planets. During this time, Broly made his first two friends, Sheila and Lemon, since he had more free time because the rebellions were getting easier and he wasn't needed as much. I would say the dynamic of these three would be the obvious teaching the hardened warrior how to relax, which I think works pretty well. Sheila has a carefree attitude, and Lemon is the older man who's experienced life and knows you have to enjoy it while you're young. They will go on many adventures while stopping the Frieza Force until they catch an oncoming transition that Frieza has been revived. The reason this wasn't announced the first time is because Frieza himself ordered that his revival would have to wait until he conquered Earth, but the Tournament of Power humbled him and he realized he just has to get stronger and take back over the universe, saving Earth for last. Now with this information out, Paragus makes it his top priority to figure out where Frieza is at, and it doesn't take long to see he's heading to Earth. He only takes himself and his son Broly as they are the only ones strong enough, but Sheila and Lemon sneak aboard the ship as well. Switching over to the beautiful blue planet, we see Goten and Trunks training. Their stories unfold before us, similar to Goku and Vegeta. The two fighting against each other in the Junior World Martial Arts Tournament as kids, fighting against Buu, unlocking their Super Saiyan forms, then unlocking their Super Saiyan 2 forms, Goten facing off against Golden Frieza, and Trunks facing off against Kaba. The reason it's just them is because Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan are all achieving Super Saiyan Blue, which the boys can't do since they haven't even unlocked their Super Saiyan God forms yet. The carefree Goten doesn't really care if he can't achieve the form. I mean, sure, it would be much needed power to protect the Earth, but he'll find a way to defend it with the strength he has now, like he always has. Though the prideful Trunks are training so hard that Mai has to force him to stop and take a break. The two take a romantic vacation while Goten stays to babysit both Pan and Bulla. This causes the young boy to think about love, curious if he can get a girlfriend like Trunks. During this time, like in canon, Frieza sends his weakest forces to get the Dragon Balls so their power levels can't be detected by the Z-Warriors. It's only when Trunks returns and checks the security cameras of Capsule Corp does he notice that the Dragon Balls are gone. And he gets into an argument with Goten saying he can't even go on vacation. But Mai once again steps in saying there's no time for this. They have to find the Dragon Balls before Frieza can grant his wish. They take the Dragon Radar to track the thieves, and that's when they run across Broly and Paragus, who had stopped the troops before going back to Frieza. The two confront them saying, what do they want with the Dragon Balls? And Paragus assures them they just wanted to stop the Frieza Forces members, not really caring about the orbs, or even knowing what they are for that matter. Goten and Trunks letting out an annoyed sigh, not wanting to believe that the tyrant would try this song and dance again. Goten asks Trunks if he should just use instant transmission to take care of the problem, a technique he learned while training with Goku, and Trunks agrees. But they are stopped by Paragus, who tells them they can't handle the tyrant alone, not knowing how powerful the boys really are because they're suppressing their power. Goten happily allows them to come along if it puts their minds at ease, while Trunks is getting irritated, just wanting to get this over with already. So Goten senses the energy of the nearby Frieza, who let's just say is orbiting the Earth right now, waiting for the Dragon Balls to come, and warps right on the ship. They make quick work of the grunts and meet Frieza face to face. Paragus swears revenge on what Frieza did to planet Vegeta and his people, but we all know Frieza doesn't care and only rewards Paragus for his rousing speech with a death beam to the chest. His last words were wishing he could show his son Broly a new planet Vegeta before dying. This, of course, causes Broly to go into a rage and turn Super Saiyan. He attacks Frieza, who isn't worried about the weak Saiyan compared to the others he's dealt with. But what Frieza wasn't expecting is that Broly is getting stronger as the battle goes on. This pushes Frieza to the point of needing to transform into his golden state, but the ship goes down crashing into the Arctic portion of the Earth before he could. Goten and Trunks were able to instant transmission off the ship safely, while Broly and Frieza crashed into it. Sheila and Lemon, who have been hiding at this point, come out to check on Broly, but then their friend starts attacking them in a blind rage. They are only saved by Trunks, who goes Super Saiyan to try and stop the threat. Sheila and Lemon plead with Goten that he isn't a threat, he's just confused right now, he's never done anything like this before. And Goten just smiles, saying they'll handle this, as Trunks is knocked into the glacier before he can turn Super Saiyan 2, underestimating his opponent. Goten does the spiritual hold like Goku did in the movie, trying to calm Broly down, but this doesn't work as it's reversed back on him. He gets beaten up pretty badly, but he doesn't stay down, feeling it's time to go Super Saiyan 2. But even with this power up, Broly quickly catches up. Trunks jumps into the battle in his Super Saiyan 2 form to assist, but Broly is still beating them with ease, getting stronger as the battle progresses. Luckily, Frieza breaks free from the rubble in his golden form, looking for revenge. This is the perfect distraction for Goten to escape, locking on to Piccolo's energy. Trunks grabs him by the collar, saying it's a disgrace to Saiyans to show their backs, but Goten says they can't fight him, and Trunks interrupts, refusing to ask for help from his father or the others. Goten then tells him he wasn't done talking. His full sentence was they can't fight him alone, but if they fuse together, there could be a chance of victory. The same technique used against them by the Universe 6 Saiyans in the Tournament of Power in my Part 6 What If. Remember, Goten is very good at copying and learning techniques, so he has it memorized. Trunks reluctantly agrees with the plan, seeing this is a better option than his tail tucked between his legs and running for help. Just in case, Goten playfully threatens to tell Mai he's being difficult, which really convinces the young man. Trunks then asks if they're gonna do this, they better go all out and fuse as Super Saiyan 2s, since the technique multiplies your current battle power together. The two mess up initially. Trunks is too embarrassed to take the dance seriously, his face beet red the whole time, as they first turn into skinny fusion and then a fat fusion, but the third and final attempt is a huge success. An energy so powerful that it can be felt by Gohan and the others training on Beerus' planet. Goku and Vegeta are confused, not being able to tell who the energy is coming from since it's a mixture of Goten and Trunks. All they do know is that this power is a match for Super Saiyan God Gohan during the Tournament of Power. The two teams then decide on a name for this fusion so it sounds cooler. This is much more appropriate than Gogeta since Goten and Trunks are teenagers. Grunks, no. Trunkton, no. Gotenks, yes, that's perfect. A mixture of personalities between Goten and Trunks would be very interesting. Just like Gogeta, this is more of a curve stop than a battle. The Goten side wanted to see just how strong Broly can get, but when Broly goes legendary Super Saiyan and lands a hit on Gotenks, this causes the Trunks side to come out, wanting to hurry up and end this with a burning Kamehameha. Though luckily Broly is wished away along with Sheila and Limo, who got a hold of the Dragon Balls. When they arrive back at the Rebellion base, Broly returns to normal, breaking down in tears. He's confronted by Sheila and Limo, which strengthens their bond. He then swears to make a new planet Vegeta in his father's honor. Meanwhile, on Earth, Gotenks defuses and they agree to one day find Broly and train with him in hopes of surpassing their parents without God King, carving their own path, saying they saw, or more so felt, a power that could rival or even surpass Super Saiyan Blue, a Super Saiyan form with long flowing hair that can only be obtained during fusion, the true Super Saiyan 3. Well, that's it. I left things on a cliffhanger. Will I use Super Saiyan 3? Will I not? I just got to see how the Moro arc ends before making that decision. For the most part, I tried mixing the old Broly movie with the new Broly movie while also adding something different. Hopefully it came out okay. Anyway, give me your thoughts on the video, especially everyone who came through other channels. I hope this lived up to your standards, and to everyone who's been here since the beginning, I really do appreciate you. You just don't understand. I hope this was a good finale for you guys. Thanks for watching, and please look forward to the next part.